Hello and welcome to Energy. I'm Ty Joyce. Finding fun things to do in O'Fallon is easy with so much being offered through the O'Fallon Parks and Recreation Department. Today we'll show you a few reasons why the fun never ends. From participating in a treasure hunt to relaxing in the park listening to some of the best musical entertainment around. This and more coming up on Energy. Are you a thrill seeker looking for buried treasure? Here is your opportunity with geocaching.
The biggest treasure hunt around is now in O'Fallon with geocaching. Geocaching is a real-world outdoor treasure hunting game using GPS-enabled devices. Participants navigate to a specific set of GPS coordinates and then attempt to find the geocache. Geocaches can be found all over the world, and now they can be found right here in O'Fallon.
Several years ago, someone actually approached us asking our permission to hide a geocache, and we had to do some research to find out what they were talking about. Once we researched the matter, we found out about all of the geocaches that were hidden in our parks, and we decided we would get in on the fun and hide some of our own geocaches. The part I like most is receiving the comments from the people that find them and lets us know that they're having a good time and what kind of activities they were involved in with their families, and comments about what maybe was in the box, or the kids being excited about what they found, or just actually finding something on a treasure hunt is exciting for kids.
Participating in geocaching is easy. Simply visit their website.
You can log in to www.geocaching.com, and there you can find maps that will give you locations of where treasures are hidden. All geocaches are marked that will say it is an official geocache, so that you know that what you're taking is part of the game. If you log on to the site, it will also tell you about different types of geocache events in your area, and sometimes that makes it a little more fun.
If you would like to get involved in this exciting treasure hunt, coming up on Saturday, August 15th is the annual International Geocaching Day, a designated day for hiding treasures or holding special events. The City of O'Fallon's Parks Department will be participating by hiding 5 new geocaches. To find out more information, visit www.o'fallon.mo.us/parksandrec or visit www.geocaching.com.
Discovering the history of O'Fallon is just a visit away. Joining us now with all the details is John Griesenauer.
O'Fallon has a long and colorful history stretching back to the late 1700s. But you don't need to own a time machine to explore our community's past. O'Fallon's parks host a number of historical sites that can let you step back in time and see how our founders and earlier residents lived. Bolstered by civic organizations like the O'Fallon Community Foundation and the O'Fallon Historical Society, our city has done a tremendous job preserving and restoring our rich heritage.
The City of O'Fallon has really done a really nice job of preserving some of its older buildings, and we're really proud of our history. One of the latest things we've just done is we're nearing completion of Fort Zumwalt. And Fort Zumwalt was a log fortress, a log cabin that was built in the late 1790s. And through the O'Fallon Community Foundation, we're building almost as close as we can replica of that original log cabin. So it's about 95% complete, and we're really excited about it, and it should be open for the public later this fall.
Zumwalt's fort joins the Heald Home in Zumwalt Park, letting visitors honor and remember our historical founders. Darius Heald and Jacob Zumwalt are deeply connected with the founding and early development of our city, and we're proud to offer these 2 buildings to the public. In any historical renovation, citizens come together to share stories and legends, and the renovation of Jacob's fortified log cabin was no different. Dozens of Jacob's descendants visited Fort Zumwalt Park during the fort's dedication ceremony, and a special piece of the fort's history found its way home after 50 years.
My uncle, during, I guess in his youth, came out to visit the fort and took home with him a log and several pieces of furniture from the dilapidated fort at that time. A few years ago, when I had come out myself for a wedding out here in St. Louis, came out to visit the fort and saw that they were rebuilding it and how cool it was, and I said, well, I think we have a log from that original fort. So I went over and grabbed that log, and I called this historical society here, talked to Pat, and Pat said, we'd love to have it. So we made arrangements. She sent the truck out, and the log is back.
The Baltimore log is a 200-year-old reminder of Jacob Zumwalt's original fort, and it joins another original log that was carved into a model of Zumwalt's fort. But there's actually a third original log, and it can be found over in Civic Park inside the O'Fallon Historical Society's Log Cabin Museum. The log is memorialized as the mantelpiece of the museum's fireplace, but that's only one of many historical artifacts awaiting you.
So if you decide to come in and visit the O'Fallon Historical Society's Log Cabin Museum, you're going to see a variety of things. When you first come into the cabin, you're going to see what it looked like in an 1860s log cabin, which is when we believe this actual building was constructed. Then as you go to the rear of the log cabin, that's where the rest of the museum is. And in there you'll see old photos of O'Fallon. You'll see things from the railroad, from some of the early businesses, from the Westhoff Mercantile to the Bank of O'Fallon. Probably the neatest piece is the Victrola, which plays the old metal discs. That's pretty neat. There's just a lot of neat stuff in there for people to come in and see. It doesn't take that long, but I think they'll enjoy it if you do take the time to come in.
The museum is open on the 2nd and 4th Sundays for walkthrough tours May through September and by appointment year-round. It's a great opportunity for your family to meet and chat with the people who know O'Fallon's history best. When Zumwalt's fort is fully reconstructed, tours will be available for that amazing site as well.
There's a lot that we have here, and it's neat to come out and look at some of the older buildings that we've preserved. And if you're interested in getting more information, you can go to the Historical Society's website, which is OFallonMoHistory.org.
Summer is a great time to get outdoors and enjoy O'Fallon's parks, especially when there's entertainment coupled with tasty treats. O'Fallon Jammin' is the perfect opportunity to enjoy our parks while listening to some great music that includes everything from country to rock and roll. Coming up in the weeks ahead, you'll hear the sounds of some of the best musical entertainment around that will have you jamming in your seats. And don't forget to sink your teeth into the many scrumptious food items for purchase along with some tasty beverages. This family-friendly event is a great time for everyone. Jammin' takes place every Tuesday evening through August 25th from 6:30 to 9 p.m. in Civic Park. Another great event in O'Fallon this summer is Food Truck Frenzy. Enjoy a selection of food all in one location ranging from Greek to Italian. There's only 2 Food Truck Frenzies left, so don't miss out. The next one takes place in conjunction with the Slide the City event on Saturday and Sunday, July 25th and 26th in front of Fort Zumwalt High School from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturday, August 15th in Fort Zumwalt Park from 5 to 8 p.m. with musical entertainment featuring Roger and Bill and the sounds of the 60s and 70s. Parking and admission are free. For all the details, visit www.ofallon.mo.us. The O'Fallon Parks and Recreation Department is seeking artists to participate in the RSC Art Family Festival.
On September 25th, the Renaud Spirit Center is holding their annual Art and Family Festival. We're accepting applications for artists and vendors to come in and sell their artwork. Vendor space is available for artists to demonstrate their art and show and sell their artwork in a variety of mediums. The 10x10 space is $25 and the deadline to apply for this space is Friday, July 31st. Exhibitors are asked to supply their own tent, tables, and exhibit hardware. For more information, contact myself, Tyler Landreth, at 636-474-8105 or the Renaud Spirit Center front desk at 636-474-2732.
The City of O'Fallon's Parks and Recreation Department is excited to announce that they've been chosen to participate in the 2016 National Recreation and Parks Annual Conference by the NRPA taking place in St. Louis.
The National Recreation and Parks Association is a national organization that supports parks and recreation and recreational services throughout the country. The City of O'Fallon actually is honored to have 4 different members from our Parks and Recreation Department as main parts of these committees that are assisting NRPA with the conference. It's a huge conference and it's going to bring in a lot of delegates from all over the country and even out of the country. And just to be a part of providing that kind of a service to a national organization is great for us to be involved with.
Now we turn to this month's Employee Spotlight with Jeff Hinkle.
Jeff Hinkle started working for the city 11 years ago. Currently, he holds the position of Senior Landscape Worker, where he has multiple responsibilities.
Primarily, my responsibilities are the care of the turf, plants, trees, shrubs throughout the city of O'Fallon, including all of our annual displays as well. Taking care of some of the right-of-way issues that we have, line of sight clearance, making sure that the flower displays are at the best that they can be throughout the city, and other special events and projects as well.
In addition to these job duties, Jeff has other responsibilities.
Some of the stuff that I do, aside from just plant and bed maintenance, I do a lot of the welding for our division, making the marker for the commemorative trees, and I'm also building the commemorative benches for all of the benches that go throughout the city. I work on the equipment. I drive a lot of the heavy machinery that we have, the excavators, the skid loaders, backhoes, stuff like that.
Like some jobs, there are obstacles that get in the way, making the task at hand challenging.
Some of the more difficult parts of our job would be getting material in to certain locations, such as hard to reach locations that we can't just drive up to. Also, when we go in and place the irrigation lines or drain lines or something like that, and that we already have existing power or water lines or anything like that, we can't use the machine, so that's more of a hand dig. It's a little bit slower of a process, but we have to be able to dig all of that out by hand.
The warmer months are obviously a busier time for Jeff, but he keeps equally busy in the colder months.
We work on equipment, and obviously one of our big things is getting the greenhouse ready for plant production in the spring, so that takes up a lot of our time as well in the winter. Also, we do grass removals. We cut back our roses, a lot of our shrubs. We'll cut those back in the winter as well and get everything ready, and that can last from mid-fall through mid-winter as well, and obviously part of what I have to do is plow snow as well.
Being a landscape worker is like being an artist, only the canvas is much larger, but appreciated just the same.
Being able to walk away and seeing my job and seeing what we just put in, or watching it start from a very small plant into a full landscape and knowing I put that in. And I can drive by and I can tell other people, hey, did you see that? I did that. There's a lot of satisfaction with knowing I was a part of that job.
Now let's check out this week's calendar.
O'Fallon Theater Works will be holding auditions for their fall production of Wit. Wit calls for a cast of 3 men and 3 women of various ages. Performances will be held on October 23rd through the 25th, 30th, 31st, and November 1st. Auditions will be held at City Hall, located at 100 North Main Street in O'Fallon at 1 p.m. For more information, contact Darren Granis at dgranis@o'fallon.mo.us. Get in the best shape ever with small group dynamics training at the Renard Spirit Center. Workouts will be customized to your fitness level and goals as their certified trainers guide you through exercises and challenges sure to get your heart pumping. Multiple levels will be offered to fit your needs. Next session of classes will take place August 10th, 11th, and 12th. For all the details, visit www.renardspiritcenter.com. Join the RSC for Cards, Coffee, and Friendship. This active club meets once a month with coffee and cards provided. Registration ends 5 days before the program's start date, which takes place on Wednesday, August 19th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Cost is $2 for residents and $3 for non-residents. For more information, contact the Renard Spirit Center's front desk at 636-474-2732. The next session of ballet classes are about to begin at the Renard Spirit Center for kids ages 3 to 7. Kids will enjoy learning to dance in these great classes. The next session of classes will begin starting on August 18th. All sessions are 6 weeks with some exceptions. Cost is $35 for residents and $40 for non-residents.
That's all for today's show. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time on Energy.